Right, I'm going to show you how to create a David Hockney joiner style image using one photograph. So the first thing we need to do is open a new blank document that we're going to work on. I like to work on A3. If you're not sure where that is, you can scroll along to print, hit all presets and find the size that you want. I like A3. So there is my new blank document. That's the one we're going to turn into a Hockney. We're going to then open the image that we want to turn. So if I go to pictures, I will, again, I'll use Callum. So there's my Callum image, but I need to be able to see both pictures at the same time. So I'm going to go to Window and Workspace. Sorry, Window and Arrange, and then I'm going to tile up and have them side by side. So I've got my original, and that's what I'm going to create. And I also need my layers tab over here. If you don't have your layers, make sure it is clicked there. So to begin with, I'm going to select the rectangular marquee tool, which is over here on your toolbar. I am going to make a cut. I'm going to do this very simple across the top of Callum's head. You see the little marching ants going round. Inside, I'm going to click layer via copy. Then I'm going to switch to my move tool. I'm going to click and drag without letting go over to my image over here. I'm going to resize it so it fits, and there's the top of Callum's head. I'm then going back to my image. I'm going to hit Ctrl Z a couple of times on my image just to go backwards, and then I'm going to make another little cut. I'm going to again use the select tool. I'm going to right click, I'm going to layer via copy, select the move tool and move this one across. Then, I didn't say this, but hit Control T to resize over here. So the idea with a Hockney is it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to go with there. Going back to click on my photograph, I'm going to hit Control Z until my layers disappear. Select the rectangular marquee tool, draw out my marching ants, right click, layer via copy, choose my move tool and drag and click over. I then want to select the size, Control T, make it a little bit smaller. I'm going to make a slight overlap there. I don't want it to be perfect. There we go. Just going to mess it up a little bit. Then click on my original image, Control Z to get rid of what I've done, and repeat the process until you have created your joiner. I'll put more of his chest in. I've used my marquee tool. Right click, layer via copy, select move, drag across. Control T, resize it and position it. Go back, undo, marquee tool, select the rest, right click, layer via copy, select the move tool and drag him across. Control T will allow me to select the right size image that I want. Now once I have this, and this is my Hockney on this side of the image, if I just wish to work on that, I can go back to Arrange and consolidate all tabs, and then I can move using my mouse or my arrow keys on my keyboard, the layers, and just play around with them and get them how I want to. If I want to put a border on, that's one more. So if I choose the top layer and I right click it and choose blending options, if I want to put a border on, I can select stroke, and by clicking it you will get this box. I'm going to put a white border on. In fact, no, I'll just put red because it's really visible. I'm going to make it a bit thicker so you can see it, but you can go as thin as you want or as thick as you want, and then you hit OK. If I wanted to do that to the next one, it should remember what you wanted it to do. So I've clicked the next layer, blending options, tap stroke, and there it is. OK. Go to this layer, right click, blending options, tap stroke, and it remembers. Go to layer 2, right click, select blending options, tap stroke, and it remembers. So you get the idea. I'll do it with the last one. Blending options, select stroke, and there we go. So there is my Hockney style image. I then need to save it. If you want to go back and mess with your layers afterwards, you're going to do File, Save As, and make sure you name it something totally different. So Callum, I'm going to call it Hockney 1. And I'm going to save it as this, a PSD file. That will save it with all your layers inside. I'm going to hit Save. I'm going to hit OK. And when it's done, I'm then going to save a further JPEG. For this, I have to hit Save a Copy, and then it'll allow me to select JPEG from the list. It will keep the same file name, and I just hit Save. Always make sure when this box comes up, you selected 12, which is full resolution, and hit OK. And there you have your finished Hockney.